what we're seeing in Europe with the migration of Muslims into European countries, completely changing the landscape and the demographics of Europe. We're seeing the clampdown of free speech in Europe, where people are literally being harassed by the police, in some cases arrested for simply making truthful remarks on social media about Islam. A lot of people out here in America think that that's something that happens over there. And one of the things that we teach about at Understanding the Threat is whatever goes on over there, whether it's Europe or the Middle East, is eventually coming over here to our shores in America. We can see that if we take certain states like Minnesota, and particularly the Minneapolis area, where you have entire enclaves that are essentially no-go zones for not only law enforcement, but also for citizens, where they don't feel comfortable or safe in those areas. And when we at Understanding the Threat travel to those locations and actually speak to people that are from that area, I'll take Minneapolis as an example. People that grew up in Minneapolis 20 years ago, 15 years ago, cannot recognize Minneapolis today because of the Somali migration and refugee resettlement that has taken place there. But it isn't just places like Minneapolis or Dearborn, Michigan, or even parts of Northern Virginia where you see everything changing from a physical presence of seeing more Muslims in an area. It's also the way we operate in our universities, the penetration of the Muslim Brotherhood in every aspect of our life. I always tell people there are approximately 3,000 mosques in the United States right now. Approximately 80% of those mosques are either directly aligned with the Muslim Brotherhood or ideologically aligned with the Muslim Brotherhood. And again, the Muslim Brotherhood is no different than the Islamic State or Al-Qaeda. They have the exact same goals and agenda. And then we take into account that Hamas has over approximately 30 chapters in the United States. The Muslim Student Association, which the Department of Justice identified as a Muslim Brotherhood organization, has over 700 chapters all over the United States. When you combine all of that with the dozens and dozens of other less prominent Muslim Brotherhood organizations, what you see here from a military perspective is an insurgency. And the way that you counter an insurgency is by spearheading it at the local level. Local police, local citizens working to root this threat out, county by county, state by state. And that's what we're doing at Understanding the Threat, is getting citizens at the local level to understand that when a mosque comes into your community, that is a military outpost, that is a place where jihadis train, and it's a place where the jihad is going to be launched. And the only way to get that out is to get local officials, local business leaders, pastors, priests, and rabbis, and local citizens, and of course local law enforcement, all working together to get that threat out of their community.